Well, hello, welcome back to Five for Family. So glad that you are joining us again today. Today I'm so excited for the family that is going to read for us. They are wonderful. So, Avery family, on to our story.
My name is Layla. My granny, my mom, and my two brothers will read the Bible story of how Jesus fed 5,000 people.
Hi, I'm Max. This story can be found in Matthew 14, Mark 6, and Luke 9.
The story is called Field Full. There were once 5,000 tired and hungry people, and probably very grumpy, sitting on a hillside wanting their dinner. They had came to hear Jesus that day. They came before breakfast, stayed all morning, all afternoon, and way past dinner. No one had meant to be out there that long, but that's how it was listening to Jesus. As if time didn't exist, people could listen to Jesus for hours, and on this particular day, that's just what they did. But they hadn't brought enough food, and they couldn't just go out and buy themselves hamburgers and fries to go because, of course, they were in the middle of nowhere with no shops or restaurants. Besides, that kind of thing, you couldn't do that at that time. What would they do? Jesus' friends had an idea. Let's send everyone home for dinner.
They don't need to go, Jesus said. You can give them something to eat. Did Jesus want them to travel all the way to town and buy food for everyone? Jesus' friends panicked, but we don't have enough money. What food do you have? Jesus asked. Go and see. Now there was a little boy in the crowd. He had brought a lunch that his mother had made for him that morning. He looked at his 5 loaves and 2 fish. It wasn't much, not nearly enough for 5,000 people, but it was all that he had. I have some, he said. Jesus' friends laughed when they saw his little lunch. That's not nearly enough, they said, but they were wrong. Jesus knew it didn't matter how much the little boy had. God would make it enough, more than enough. Jesus said, bring me what you have. And so the little boy gave Jesus his lunch. Jesus winked at the little boy and whispered in his ear, watch. How in the world will Jesus feed everyone with just that? Jesus' friends said, because they thought it was impossible. But Jesus knew the one who made all of the fish in the oceans, and Jesus knew the one who in the very beginning and made everything out of nothing at all. How hard would something like this be for someone like that?
Jesus took the little boy's lunch, looked up to heaven, and thanked his Father. Then Jesus gave the little lunch back to his friends. As Jesus' friends started to hand out the food, do you know what? It was the strangest thing. No matter how much they broke off, there was always more, and more, and more. Enough for 5,000. Everyone ate as much as they wanted, second helpings, third helpings, even fourths, until they were full. And still, there were leftovers. Well, Jesus did many miracles like this. Things people thought couldn't happen that weren't natural. But it was the most natural thing in the world. It's what God had been doing from the beginning. Of course, taking the nothing and making it everything. Taking the emptiness and filling it up. Taking the darkness and making it light.
Thank you so much, Avery family. So you guys know how this works. I'm going to ask a question. You're going to press pause and answer as a family. So, here we go. Your first question. Where were Jesus and the disciples at the beginning of this story? Press pause. Why were they there? Press pause. What did the people need? Press pause. Whose food did Jesus use? Press pause. Before giving the food to the disciples, what did Jesus do with the food? Press pause. Do you pray over your food? Press pause. All right, so today for our activity, I want you guys to see what you have that you can share. The same way the little boy shared his food, I want you to look around at what's in front of you and see what you can share. There's definitely a great need in our community. And so if you have some canned goods that you can offer, take them to a homeless shelter or a food bank, that would be a huge blessing. But if your family doesn't have that right now, look at your toys. See if there's something that you have that you could give to another child who doesn't have. So look around and try to find something that you can offer to someone else to help them out, to make their day a little bit better. Also, I want you guys to continue to look at your prayer journal. We see that Jesus prayed. He lifted the food up to God and he prayed over it. So I want you guys to go back and look at your prayer journal, not only just the places where God has answered the prayers, but what you're still praying for, and then feel free to add more to your prayer journal as well. And parents, as always, every day is a good day to share the gospel. So if your child has not accepted Christ, this is a great time to share about how Jesus meets all of our needs, physical, spiritual, mental, everything. And so go ahead and share with them a story in a time that God met needs in your life, and share with them that he wants to do the same for them. I am so looking forward to seeing you guys. I miss you. I love you. I pray you're staying safe and doing well. And we'll see you next week.